From Omro down to Mayville, from Rosendale to the Ledge, and everywhere in between, it's time to get you caught up on everything happening in the Flyway Conference. This is the Flyway Focus Sport Report, your home for the best whip-around coverage of your favorite local teams. Now, with all the latest, here's Jordan King.
Good Monday morning to you. We'll start off this Monday by circling back to Friday night's football action. Springs got a big 28-14 win at Campbellsport. Ben Anderson threw for 104 yards and rushed for another 60, scoring 2 touchdowns on the ground. Jack Holtzman was arguably the player of the game with 78 yards and 2 touchdowns rushing. With just 3 carries, Holtzman averaged 26 yards per carry. Will Stellmacher added 96 rushing yards to lead the Ledgers on the night. Campbellsport's Christopher Taddy was the leading rusher for the Cougars. He had 61 yards. Blake Heltemez had 41 yards receiving. Lemira got a 56-8 win at North Fondy. Another excellent rushing effort from the Lions. Taylor Schaumburg, excellent year for Schaumburg so far. 137 yards on just 7 carries. That's nearly 20 yards per tote. Schaumburg scored twice, as did Jack Lidke. Lidke rushed for 77 yards. Quarterback Jackson Gable threw for another 60 yards and a touchdown, that going to Sam Schroffnagel. North Fondy quarterback Cameron Lewis accounted for 100 of the Orioles' 134 yards in the game. Mayville was 51-6 winners over Omro. Ryan Clark has been ultra efficient the past 2 weeks. On Friday, he went 6 for 8 with 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. Sawyer Hardesty had 58 of those receiving yards. Hardesty accounted for 149 total yards of offense. Omro on the other side was only able to muster 74 yards of offense. Mason Huth scored the touchdown on a short run. The final game from Friday was WLA's 34-10 win against Laconia. The Spartans actually outgained WLA from scrimmage from a yardage standpoint, but WLA was able to cash in for touchdowns. Gannon Schwartz had yet another return touchdown, a 95-yard kick return this time. Schwartz also threw a touchdown pass. Cole Keifenheim was the leading contributor on offense. He had 124 yards and 2 touchdowns rushing. Jack Renz led things for the Spartans, 102 rushing yards for him. Austin Martins added 64 yards and a score on the ground. So to wrap up the football discussion, none of the home teams got wins in Week 6. On to Saturday's sports schedule. Laconia and Springs volleyball were at Lake Country Lutheran for a tournament on Saturday. Both teams went 1-1 in pool play, so that moved them both into the silver bracket, a chance they could have potentially matched up. That didn't happen. Once bracket play got around, Laconia went 2-0. The Ledgers went 0-2. Both teams played East Troy and Racine Lutheran. Laconia setter Mariska Keys had 70 assists combined in the 4 matches. Here's Keys on the day.
This is our first time at this tournament, so obviously it was really new. Troy, our coach, told us that there's a lot of good teams here, and really to just go out and have fun. And we tried running a bunch of different plays that we haven't run yet, just to try to move the ball around, and it worked pretty well for us.
Addie McCulley had 33 kills. Ava Engel with 23. Tierney Madigan had 17 kills from the middle. Laconia lost in 3 sets to Notre Dame in pool play. That kept them out of the gold bracket. Coach Weiss says despite the loss, she was happy to see top competition.
They weren't scared of us. Like, they've already seen a fast offense. They've already seen aggressive hitters. So it was nice to see a team that didn't just fall and have the girls come back and fight. And I thought our girls did a really good job of coming back and fighting.
Not much reported from other Flyway volleyball teams. Only 2 matches reported from Campbellsport, a win over University School and a loss to Germantown. Lemira didn't report any scores from Saturday. Omro lost to Valders and beat Seymour. That was only 2 of the matches reported from the Foxes. They played 4 on Saturday. WLA only had 3 matches of the 5 they played reported, losses to Luther Prep and Fox Valley Lutheran, and a win against Luther High School. Not much coming in from volleyball on the weekends. Saturday's soccer saw Lemira get a pair of wins, 7-0 over Little Chute and 6-2 over Berlin. Meanwhile, St. Lawrence Seminary beat New Holstein 4-2. In cross country, Omro's boys took 4th and the girls took 3rd at Reedsburg. North Fondy's boys were 15th and the girls were 10th at Roswell High School. That takes care of the weekend. On to today's action, and it's only soccer and tennis today. 4 soccer matches on the schedule. Mayville is at Omro. Gavin Federley quickly becoming a player to watch in the Flyway. He has 9 goals for the Foxes. That ranks 2nd in the conference. Campbellsport is at Wayland Academy today. Wayland trying to bounce back from their upset loss to St. Lawrence Seminary last week. Both of those matches get rolling at 4:30. Then in the 7 p.m. slot, North Fondy United welcomes in Central Wisconsin Christian to the Oriole Athletic Complex. United is the only team that has a perfect record in the conference at this point. One non-con match in soccer, St. Lawrence Seminary welcomes in Kiel. The Raiders are ranked as one of the best teams in Division 4 right now. And closing things out, Mayville tennis at Waupun this afternoon. That gets going at 4 o'clock. For the Flyway Focus Sports Report, I'm Jordan King.